Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk Bounty video. And in this video we are going to be unboxing the contents of what's in these two huge boxes. These have arrived today from UKG, which is the graders here in the UK, and inside these two boxes are 20 vintage collection figures that I've had graded. Now I do not have room for them all, so I imagine at some point I will be using a few of them as giveaways and what have you, but in my new collection room, which I will be doing a tour of eventually, you know, I don't have space to display every single vintage collection figure because there is now, what, over 330 of them or something silly like that. So I now have a specific choice of what I want to display, and most, if not all of these have been graded. So I thought, you know, these are ones that I've collected over the years, and I have a little bit more space up here, and some over here. There's my Bosks, another shelf there. So I do have a bit of space to display a few more, and they are going to be in these boxes here. But as I say, I can't keep them all. I don't have space to keep them all. So at some point, some of the stuff that's in these boxes may be given away on the channel. Possibly to my Patreon supporters and channel members and things like that. They make good giveaways, graded figures do. Not everybody is into grading, I completely understand that, but you know, you might be interested in watching this video just to see what the scores get. I guess it's kind of exciting. I kind of enjoy it. There's my trusty Leatherman, which I'm going to use to open the boxes. So what I'm going to do is going to open the boxes, get all of them out, put them on the desk so I can sit down and go through them basically, and we'll see what scores they got. Alright then, so here they all are out of the boxes. It took ages to get them out. They're so well packed. UKG always do a really good job of packaging. And yeah, there's 20 to go through. We're going to go through them individually, looking at the scores very quickly just to see what they've got. There's a real mixed bag of stuff in here. There's like figures from the 2-packs. We've got the Jabba's Goons 4-pack. We've got some cards from my TVC 1.0, which I thought were really good condition, and I wanted to preserve them and make sure they stayed in great condition. So they're in there, and we've got some other bits and bobs as well. So without further ado, we're going to go through them and check them out. Alright then, so we're going to start off with some vintage collection figures that came in 2-packs. So what I did is I sent the whole 2-pack unopened to UKG, allowing them to open it. It's a little bit of a risk, but then they get to grade the cards and assign them a uncirculated grade, a U grade, which means they've opened them, they've never been out on the pegs, they've never been in anyone's hands, just the graders. So we're going to start off with the Obi-Wan 2-pack. So here's the first one, beautiful card back, this one, the Obi-Wan. And the reason I kind of send these off is because, you know, these figures arrive unpunched. Not like your normal wave of figures, they do come unpunched. And I should have gloves on really for this, but this one is the Obi-Wan Kenobi Showdown, and he got a U grade 95, straight 95s. Yep, straight 95s. So that's awesome. I probably will keep the Obi-Wan Kenobi ones. It might be the other 2-packs that I end up giving away, but these two are awesome. So we're going to look at this one next, which is the Darth Vader Duel's End. Get this one out the plastic. And there he is. And he got a U95 as well, exactly the same grade, so really happy with that. 2 immaculate card backs straight out of the box, and yeah, U95s, can't really grumble at that, that's great. Okay, so next up we have the Ewoks 2-pack. So here they both are. We've got the Wicket and Nisa figures, and yeah, this is maybe the sort of thing that I might not have room for in my collection. So maybe one of my patrons would like to win one of these maybe sometime in the future. But we've got a U95 again, so immaculate unpunched card back with the coin, absolutely beautiful. And Nisa, once again, got exactly the same U95 gold. You know, again, immaculate card back, and why wouldn't they be? They've come straight out of the box set, so they're going to get high grades. And You know, as I mentioned before, grading isn't for everybody. Some people will think I'm absolutely mad. You're probably right, actually, but you know, I do like the fact that they're encased in these acrylic cases, which you can buy without getting them graded. You know, you don't have to get them graded, but I do think they look good on the wall, all encased in acrylic, and you know, even better that they've got a grade. And I'll show you something later on that I did get graded, which in my opinion needs to be graded so they can certify what it is. So then later on in life, if I pass these down and I don't know, my family get rid of them or whatever, then the person that's buying them and the person that's selling them knows exactly what it is, and you'll see in a minute. But that's a U95 Nisa. And the last of the 2 packs, we have the Galaxies of Heroes, Jedi Knight Revan and HK47. So let's see what they got. So first up we have the HK47 droid, U95 once again, unpunched, absolutely beautiful. And finally for the 2 packs we have the Jedi Knight Revan, and once again straight 95s, U95, unpunched, once again absolutely beautiful. What a great card back that one is. And as I said, the Ewoks cards and possibly these ones is something that I can perhaps give away to my Patreons and what have you in the future. I'm sure one of my Patreon supporters or channel members would want one of these in their collection. So yeah, I always like to try and give something back to those guys for supporting the channel. So yeah, so straight 95s on all of the 2 packs, which is, you know, not really expected because you never know, but very happy all the same. Okay, so next up we have this, which is the Clone Trooper. Was that VC15? This is the foil card. Now this is the one that I was talking about that I wanted to get graded for a specific reason, and I'll show you in a second with the label. But I got this one done because I'm trying to get a little bit of a focus with this Clone Trooper, purely because I have this in my collection, which is one that was incorrectly attached to the card upside down. This was gifted to me by Jeff from California. What a brilliant gift this was. I got this one graded. It got an 85. Has a slight weird bit of damage in the top left hand corner, which some of these have, where the punching machine sort of tried to punch it upside down. You can just see the mark there of it. But because I had that one, I wanted to buy this one off somebody on a Facebook group, and I will show you exactly what it is now. Okay, so here it is out of the plastic protection, and it got a 90 gold, so it got a 90 grade. And what this is, it is a pre-production sample. So the date stamp on the back of this has a date stamp that is not used for the figures that go out onto the shelves or into retailers and things like that. This is a pre-production sample that was used by the Hasbro employees. And you can see there that, hopefully you can see there, that it says Star Wars Revenge of the Sith Clone Trooper VC15 pre-production sample 2010. And yeah, there's the back of it. So that's going to go very, very nicely with my upside down one now. Now all I need to do maybe is get my unpunched version, the non-foil version of this, graded as well, perhaps, and then I'll have all 3 in a set, which would be pretty cool. But yeah, so that's an example of where grading is good, because on this occasion it certifies that this is a pre-production sample, which is pretty cool to have in the collection. Next up, I sent in the Scout Trooper and Grogu from the Mandalorian speeder bike. So I sent in the whole box. So they sent me the toy back. They took the figure out of the box and graded it. So this one once again gets an uncirculated designation because I didn't open the box. So this one actually got a U95 as well, which is very, very nice indeed. So I'm definitely going to keep that one. Next up we have the Bib Fortuna from the Throne set. And I did not send the whole Throne set in. I'm not that crazy. So I did just take the figure out of the box. And this one was actually in really good shape. The one that I opened in my review wasn't. So I was quite lucky with this one. It didn't have any marks on the card or anything. And because of that, it did get a 90. So the card got a 90, bubble 95, figure 95. So it does realise that there are, you know, some imperfections on the card. But this one was a good one to get graded, very much like the Yak face that came with the barge and other figures that come in like, you know, expensive play sets and what have you. Always a good one to get graded. So yeah, really happy with that one. So now we're going to move on to some figures that I already had in my collection. They're not new. You can see this is the Chewbacca, but this is the European version of Chewbacca. It's, you know, fairly sought after, I get. Not as much as some of the others, but it is missing the warning sign you see in the corner there over the Hildebrandt logo there. So that's pretty cool. And I know a lot of people in the US, you know, have trouble getting this figure because it is the European release. And what this enables me to do actually is, because I've got this one graded and it got a 95 by the way, which is brilliant, that's fantastic, is that I do have another one of these loose, well, not the figures loose, but carded, but not graded. So now I have this one graded. Maybe I could give away that European Chewie on the channel somehow at some point. That would make another good giveaway, I think. But yeah, I'm really happy with my graded version. It's on the Star Wars card, doesn't have the logo. It's the European version. It's a little bit more sought after than the US version with the logo in the corner, with the, you know, the warning sign in the corner. Plus it got a 95. No U grade or anything because I just sent it in, you know, just like that. But very, very happy with that grade. Moving on to some TVC 1.0, we have the Weequay Skiff Master. This one's a pretty sought after figure as well, pretty expensive on the secondary market, and mine looked absolutely flawless, so I thought, you know, why not? Let's send this off, get it graded, get it protected so it doesn't get damaged or anything like that. And I'm really, really pleased with that grade because it got a 90 gold as well. Card got a 90, figure and bubble got a 95. Very, very happy with that one because, as I say, it is pretty sought after on the secondary market. Hasbro will probably reissue it at some point and ruin that, but it doesn't matter. You know, I've got this one graded now, VC48, very, very nice, because I do have a bit of a Return of the Jedi theme going up on that wall, and that's kind of where I'm sort of going with my graded figures. I have the other Weequay graded, I have the Nikto, Scout Trooper, things like that. So this one's going to go great with those. Okay, so next up I've got Luke Skywalker Dagobah Landing. What's that? VC44, I think it is. Again, one of the most sought after figures in the line. Not too sure if they'll ever reissue this one, purely because the figure is a little bit out of date now compared to the, like for example, the Luke X-Wing figure. You can see he only has swivel hips. But from a figure and card back combo point of view, this is one of the best ones. Glorious image. And because mine was in really, really good shape, I thought, you know, let's get it graded. Let's see what it gets. And it got a 95, which is just incredible for a figure this old. 2011. It got straight 95s across the board. So I'm absolutely ecstatic with that. So that is 100% going in my display. Alright then, so next up we have the Gamorrean Guard. And this is actually the reissue from 2018. It got a 90, which I'm very, very happy with. I do have the original version from TVC 1.0, but I didn't feel it was in good enough condition to get graded. Certainly not like the Luke Dagobah and the Weequay anyway. It may have like got an 85 or something, and with modern figures, really, you kind of want 90s and above really for modern figures. But yeah, there you go. You can see it's the reissue, VC21, but even the reissue now is really sought after. This is one they definitely need to release again, get it back out there. If not, just put it in a 4-pack of loose Gamorrean guards, because there's so many people out there that need Gamorrean guards for their collection. I'm one of them. I only have a couple of them loose. I'd like some for my barge. I've got a couple in my Jabba's palace and what have you, but you can never have too many Gamorrean guards. It's a little bit like stormtroopers. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with a 90 because, once again, it's a Return of the Jedi card and it's going to go very nicely with all my other Jabba's goons. Okay then, so next up we have the Mandalorian from the N1 Starfighter. This is another one that's been packed away in an expensive set or vehicle. And this one got a 95. Very, very happy with that. Not a U grade. I didn't send off the whole of the N1 Starfighter for them to open and then just grade the figure. As I say, I'm mad, but I'm not that mad. But I'm very happy with the 95 grade. I do have another one of these that we got from my son's N1 Starfighter, which wasn't in as good a shape. But when I opened my one, I could definitely see that this was in really, really good shape. So, you know, got it sent off. And it's unpunched as well. And as I said, I do like to get the ones that are unpunched graded, because those tend to be the ones that are, you know, packed in 2-packs and in vehicles and things like that. And yeah, just a glorious unpunched card there. 95. And that's a great card back, that one of the Mando. Really, really good. One of the best ones. Next up is the Moff Jerjerrod from Return of the Jedi. And the only reason I got this one graded really was because I do have the Admiral Piet graded. I absolutely love that card back of Piet, so I did get that one graded. And I just thought this one would look pretty cool next to him. And also, this figure was actually quite tough to get a really nice card of. They often had the Ring of Death, where the bubble makes the imprint on the card. This one didn't, and it got a 90, which is very nice. Card got a 90, bubble got a 90, and the figure got a 95. So very, very happy with that. As I said, it's going to go next to Piet, and I think they'll look great together. Okay, so we've got 5 more to go, and 4 of them are from the Jabba's Goons 4-pack. I had to get this graded. I sent in the whole 4-pack for them to open, so they get the uncirculated U grades. And Velkan Tazeri, he got a U95. Now, to be transparent with everybody, not everything is always perfect with these graders, and I can see that this one has got like a little mark inside, little black mark there. I don't know if you can see that, and that's actually inside the case, so like a little bit of fluff has got in there or something and stuck to the inside through static. I've tried to sort of flick it off, but it won't come off, so I might actually send this one back and ask them to recase it, because you know the last thing I want is like a little black dot there right in the middle of the case. But the figure and the card got a 95. Velkan Tazeri, first one of that 4-pack, really, really good grade. But as I said, I will probably send that one back for them to recase. The second one out of that 4-pack is the Tayem Drengaran figure. This one got a U90, so not quite as good as the Velkan, but still really, really good. Unpunched. You know, all of these are unpunched. I'm just hoping that Squidhead, which is the one that I really wanted to get a good grade, you know, I'm hoping that one does well. So U90 on that one. Awesome card back. Awesome set. And here we go. It is Tessek Squidhead on the Return of the Jedi card. One of my favourites. I actually forgot to put this in my figure of the year, which was just criminal of me, because this is one of my favourite figures of last year. Absolutely beautiful. One of the 96. And he got a U95. Absolutely perfect. Couldn't have asked for anything better than that. That is just stunning. Unpunched card of Tessek Squidhead. And once again, you know, this wall up here that I've got up here is going to be all Return of the Jedi. I'm going to have to move some of the others to elsewhere in the collection room, and just have a whole wall of like Jabba's Goons and Endor and things like that from Return of the Jedi, which is great. Really, really pleased with that. U95. Now the fourth figure from the 4-pack is Reese. This was a repack, but this is the 2023 version. They do have that on the label, and it got a U90 unpunched version. I don't think the one that came in the Jabba's Adventure set was unpunched, and it was also on a really thin, you know, card, really bendy card. These are the thicker card stock, unpunched. It's got the 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi logo, which a lot of my card backs have on my Return of the Jedi wall, which is great. They all seem to go together, and this one got a U90, so happy with that. That's pretty cool. And finally, to make it up to 20, I sent off Grand Admiral Thrawn, and he's got a 95. I could tell once again that it was an immaculate shape. Really, really good card, this one, on that Rebels card back, and you know, it's Grand Admiral Thrawn, so why not get that one done as well. It was between him and Krennic that I was going to send off, but my Krennic card back wasn't that good. I didn't think it would grade that high, but this one, the Grand Admiral Thrawn, I knew would, and you know, it hasn't disappointed. It's got a 95. Lovely card back, that one. And that kind of finishes it off for all the things that I got graded. So as I mentioned before, grading isn't for everybody. There's some people out there that just don't see the point in it whatsoever, and I can kind of understand their point of view, but it's something that I quite like doing with my carded figures. At the end of the day, I can only have a limited display in my room. There's no way I can display all 300 vintage collection figures. So the ones that I do display, I want them all in nice acrylic, so they just look really, really cool on the wall like that. So why not get them graded at the end of the day? As I said before, you know, out of these 20, there's no way I can keep them all. I don't want them in boxes. So I will be, you know, planning on giving some of them away to, you know, people that have supported my channel, my Patreon supporters and channel members. It's the least I can do to sort of, you know, pay them back. I like to do giveaways every now and then. And yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff that I'm sure that they will enjoy. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's not my usual sort of video. I think I did a grading video about 3 years ago. That's the last time I did a video like this. But I thought I'd share with you, you know, the scores and everything of when they've come back and what I got graded and why. I particularly do like this Chewie 95. That's the European version, so it's a, you know, it's a fairly sought after card. And as I said, I've definitely got another one of these, and I know that a lot of my friends in the States, you know, have trouble getting hold of that figure. So I think that'll make a pretty cool giveaway for, you know, general subscribers, just people that subscribe to my channel and watch my videos. Hopefully I will do a giveaway for a European Chewie, the one that I have spare. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I do appreciate you watching this video. Thank you to my Patreon supporters and channel members for your extra support. It really is appreciated. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we shall see you on the next one.